Hi friends, Stella here, and I'm here to do your reading for July 23rd, 2023. This reading is the beginning of the 8 portal. So obviously on August 8th every year we have what's called the Lion's Gate, or the 8 portal. Today is the 23rd of July, which comes out to the number 8. So if you add all the numbers together, you get 17. 7 plus 1 is 8. So it's the beginning of the infinity portal. What changes are you, if you think of the infinity symbol, it swings to the left, it swings to the right. It is the yin and yang in perpetual balance. It is the perpetual motion machine, if you will. Meaning, what cycles are you changing? What cycle is ready to leave, and what cycle are you inviting in? We've all gone through massive change in the last several months. Many of us have had a sort of itch to make a change in life, and that is that portal calling on you, the universal energies opening up and saying, what are you going to allow in, and what are you going to release to sync up with this divine cycle, this next iteration of your destiny, if you will, of your manifestation, of your cycles in life, your chapters, if you will. So I'm going to do a quick reading. If you guys are brand new here, welcome to my channel. This is a place you can come to get guidance through the tarot, which is a really beautiful tool to tap into the intuition, to tap into the archetypes, and to gain insight and guidance that you may not otherwise find in your life. My intention with all of my readings is to provide the guidance, clarity, and insight that you need to make the choices most aligned with your highest good. We're all about the highest good here. We're all about finding your purpose and finding your the positivity that lives within. And if something that I say, if a story that I tell, if a reading that I do can spark connection, peace, comfort, love, joy, positivity in your life, then I am fulfilling my purpose. And I thank you for being here and allowing me to live my purpose, and for being the other half of that equation. If you've stuck with me, if you're returning, I love you guys so freaking much. I've been through a long journey with this tarot channel, and I am launching a new initiative. I'm going to be putting out a lot more content on TikTok, on Instagram, content, tarot obviously, but also healing, and I offer personal sessions to help you do your shadow work, right? To help you break the generational curses, to hold your hand and be the witness, the other perspective, to help you dive into your subconscious, all of the limiting beliefs, limiting patterns that you have, things that happened to you in childhood that continue to play out in your daily life. A lot of times we can see the patterns, but we need somebody to hold up a mirror as we discover and bring light to those dark patterns, those things that we have shoved away and denied and dismissed and disowned and dissociated from. They continue to live in the subconscious and in the body. In the Bible, it says, wherever 2 or more are gathered in my name, there I am. And we know the I am is the divinity within, the God within. Why does it take 2? Because you are intimately connected to the divine, and you are the divine, right? But in this human form, we often need somebody to offer presence, somebody to be there with us, to sit through and act as a mirror and reflect back to us the bravery to go within and bring light and bring awareness to these patterns, these shadows. So I offer several different healing sessions. You can find that on my website, linked down below. And I'm also coming out with a free course to help you with your shadow work. And I do work based on clearing those old patterns. And then once you've cleared those patterns, you can start to get into the nervous system regulation piece and the manifestation. The peace lives within you, you guys, I promise you. And it's taken me decades in my life to be able to find that peace and have enough faith in the divine to know that I truly am able to heal myself. But I didn't get there alone. I got there with the help of others who held up a mirror, who were willing to sit there with me. And as I told my story, they acknowledged the pieces that had been dismissed, pieces that I didn't think were valid, that I wasn't able to acknowledge myself. They sat there with me and gave me their presence and showed me that all of those pieces are valid and are part of the divine whole. And that is what my sessions offer. If you have patterns in your life where you feel stuck, if you have emotional dysregulation, you have certain strong emotions, anger, fear, anxiety that tend to come up frequently and cycle in your life, I can help with that. So if that sounds of interest to you, or if you would just like a reading to gain some clarity and insight into your life, I have several different readings based on love, money, career, all those fun things. But also I have a zodiac wheel reading, which goes in depth into your houses and every different major area in your life, your challenges, your guidance, what you need to know, all of that fun stuff. I am running a special. All of my services are $44 for summer. So you can find that on my website. The coupon code is summer sale, and these readings are normally over $100. So I'm offering that as a gift to sort of help relaunch my site. So if that sounds of interest, please do check it out. I'm sorry for the long intro. Let's get into it. So talking about shadow work and cycles, this 8 portal from now until August 8th, which is the beginning of the Lionsgate portal, we're cycling out old patterns that no longer serve us, letting go of patterns that have been limiting us and are restricting the future and the abundance that we're wanting to bring in. Up above, just in general, I got the Empress, I got the Mother of Wands, and we got the 8 of Coins in reverse. Ooh, the World. So the Empress represents fertility, birthing new creative ideas. Challenge and guidance, please. Challenge and guidance for those watching. Challenge and guidance for those watching. Challenge, guidance. Ooh. 3 of Swords in reverse and the Moon. I'm going to take it. Okay, well, we have the Empress up above. The Empress represents fertility. The Empress represents possibility. You see the new growth on the tip here. You see the new moon, or the moon that is waxing. This is the moon. This is literally where we are right now in our moon cycle on July 23rd, 2023. So what this is telling me is you're reaching out, the fresh new tendrils. I don't know if you can see, I have these plants here. This is a poplar tree. I have an oak tree, and you can see the little tendrils that shot out during the springtime, right? And they're just starting to harden off. So you have this fresh, new, fragile growth going on the perimeter. You're starting to reach, you're starting to like a neuron or a cell, right? Like reaching out, trying to make a new connection. You're sending your feelers out and trying to latch on to the new abundance, the new business venture, the new relationship, whatever it is in your life. You're really putting yourself out there, and you're really pushing to the edge of your boundaries, right? The edge of your comfort zone in order to reach for those new things. 3 is also a number of first fruits. So it means like you've done all the mental work, you've done all the emotional work. You know what it is that you want, and you have felt it deeply in your heart. And now you're starting to physically reach out and put your hands out so that you can start to grow, new branches and touch those things that you want to bring into your life. Next to this, we have the Mother of Wands. Mother of Wands is fierce and protective. she is also motivation and fire. So it's receiving that divine spark, that desire that you have for yourself. Notice the red and the yellow and the orange. Red is the base chakra, orange is the sacral chakra, creativity, reproduction, birth, and then the yellow is the solar plexus, so the I am. So this inspiration, this guidance that you've stumbled upon, or that you have conceived of, if you will, with the Empress here, it's this wand here, right? It's this magical wand, this new idea, this motivation, this fire in your belly that you have, and you're fiercely protective of it. So you're in the process of birthing something new, and you're at the same time, you're reaching out, grasping for it, and yet also very protective of your divine inspiration, right? Because you don't want someone else to come in with negative words and put the fire out, if you will. And then we got the Eight of Coins in reverse. Eight of Coins is about working really hard and seeing the results of your work. So you can see the spider put in a lot of work to make this web. It's divinely balanced. There's sacred geometry going on in there. And we've got these 8 coins. 8, again, is a number of cycles. So cycles beginning, cycles ending, the never ending, like turning of the wheel, if you will. It is in the reverse. And spiders are typically creatures of the night. So I think you've been doing a lot of work in the subconscious. You've been behind the scenes. A lot of work that has built up a lot of stability in your life and a lot of coins, but you might feel like it's a bit restrictive. You might feel like you've grown as far as you can grow. Notice how the web takes up the whole card. And the reason I say that is because it's in the reverse. Typically, this is a card of reviewing your work, right? And being proud and noticing what you've done and receiving recognition for it. In the reverse, it tells me that you might feel like you're not receiving recognition, or like nobody else sees all the hard work that you've put in. No one else sees it, all the hours and all of the days and all of the sweat and all of the tears that you put into something, because you make it look easy. The spider just spins the web, right? Nobody congratulates her for it. It's like a prerequisite. So you've been putting in a lot of work to accomplish all of your goals in your workplace or in your business or at home. Or I mean, it does have to do with your money and your income. But you've been doing all the work and you make it look so easy. You have got it figured out. You know what to do, when to do it. You have a flow, you have a system. And because of that, nothing really goes wrong. There's not a whole lot of unexpected energy, because at this point, you know how to handle it. And it's almost like because of that, you feel like people don't recognize, no one else sees how much work you put in and how much effort it really takes, because you are so efficient at what you do and you make it look easy. So there's a little bit of like lack of recognition, or feeling unseen, or feeling hidden, like perhaps you've been hiding your efforts. Like perhaps you didn't want other people to see how hard you were working and how much effort you were putting in the past, because you wanted to just sort of like fly under the radar. But now you're at a point where you're wanting to grow. You're putting those tendrils out and you're reaching for more, and you are feeling like what once you appreciated, right, flying under the radar, it's now causing you to feel a little bit underappreciated, like your efforts go unnoticed. And in conjunction with that, we also have a feeling of not being able to expand any further. Like you've gotten to the peak or the pinnacle of where you can go in your current place, and it's time to start that new cycle with the 8. And then we have the World in reverse. So because this is a brand new beginning for you, the whole world is literally at your fingertips. You are about to step out into that void, because you're about to end this chapter where you've gotten to the end. You've accomplished everything you can accomplish. So once we step away from something else, we step into the void where there's pure potential, pure possibility, and we have the space to allow those tendrils on the like edges, right, to make connections and to bring in new energy. So you're right at that point, but you don't feel like it's coming in just yet because it is in the reverse. So you know that the potential is all there. You know that it's available to you, but you're still sort of protective of it. And because of that, you're not seeing results. You're not getting the new just yet. You're not quite ready to see those results. Okay, and then I got a challenge and a guidance. Your challenge is the 8 of Cups in reverse. So the 8 of Cups is about walking away. It's about a situation that you're emotionally attached to that is no longer good for you. And again, it's an 8. So we have so many 8s here. 1, 2 on the beginning of the 8 infinity portal. This is a card about having to leave a situation. You see all the cups are broken here. So even if so traditionally it's about like a bittersweet departure, right? Or a bittersweet goodbye, having to leave, but you still have feelings, you still have positive emotions about this thing, whatever it is that you're leaving behind. In this particular card, all of the cups are broken, which tells me that not only in conjunction with this 8 of coins, 8 of cups, not only are you not able to grow any further in your finances where you're at, and you're feeling like your efforts are going unseen, unnoticed, but you've expanded as far as you can expand. And although you have good feelings and it's been a good situation up until now, the cups are broken, meaning the relationships that you have in this situation, this workplace, this business, whatever this is for you, they are sort of not repairable. It's like that you can't, you've changed in a way, nothing is bad about it, but you've changed in a way where you can't put the relationship back together again in the way that it was in the past. It's fundamentally changed. And now this is in the reverse. So it's telling me you might be having some doubts about leaving. You might be, and again, that's echoed here with the world in reverse. We have the world at our fingertips, but it's in the reverse. So you can't see, you can see the potential, but you're not ready to accept it. You're not ready to take that step out into the unknown. Perhaps you've made a choice that causes you to have to do that, but your lingering doubt is what's stopping the new from coming in. Because we know you're reaching. We know you're protecting your fire, your spark, your motivation, right? So there may be this tendency, this like what if tendency where you tend to think back and go, gosh, think of all the ways that this situation, this job for many of us was very good for you, right? This thing, this way that you bring in income, it was very good for you and it was very stable for a long time. But because you feel unseen, because you feel like your work is not recognized, and because you know in your heart there's no more room to expand, you can't put those cups back together again. They've been shattered in an irreparable way. So you can still have good feelings about this place, but you have to move on. There's no choice about it. And your intuition is telling you that. So I see as your challenge a bit of lingering, it's not even doubt, but it's almost like melancholy or like longing for the way things were, or this feeling of like, well, what if I could just keep myself small and make it work? Because in the past, when I was smaller, right, it worked really well and it was a really good system. And I built these relationships and I built this stability and it was really good for me. So whereas traditionally in the upright, this is a card about knowing you have to walk away and leaving the good with the bad because you know it's time to leave. You know it's time for that new cycle. In this particular deck, even though you feel that way, you feel a little bit sad, you feel a little bit melancholy, you're like remembering all the good things about this scenario, this situation, this past cycle, but the cups are all broken. So that's why it's your challenge. Literally, even if you wanted to go back, even if you wanted to maintain those relationships as they are, it's not possible because you'd have to shrink yourself and you'd have to become less of what you are. And that's not what we're going for. We're going for expansion here. life with this Empress. We're birthing something new. We're incubating. We're pregnant, and we're about to give birth to this new cycle. So your guidance then, in conjunction with this challenge that you have of leaving these, letting go of the good feelings you have about this thing in your past, we have the Three of Swords in reverse. Three of Swords is about betrayal. It's about being backstabbed. It's about people saying very unkind words or having unkind thoughts about you, and like piercing your heart, right, in a way that is ill-intentioned. So people gossiping about you, people trying to ruin your reputation, people saying untrue things, lies even. It's really a card of betrayal in the mental realm. Swords are about communication, thoughts, words. So maybe somebody writes a nasty email. Maybe somebody is talking behind your back. Maybe something about that. So as your guidance card, this is typically like a challenging card, right? As your guidance card in the reverse, it's telling me to be happy or be grateful or be thankful for the fact that you're leaving now when these cups are broken, because you're leaving with your head held high. Had you stayed around any longer, whether it's due to jealousy, whether it's due to internal politics within the company or the business, you're growing at a rate that your old place of employment or the old way that you brought in coin, right, stability, material possessions, you've grown to a point where you can't grow anymore. It once was good for you and challenging, but now you're so capable and you're so much more than that position or that job or that place that it's causing changes in the dynamics between you and the other people. It's almost like if you grow in competence, the people who were once above you and mentored you, right, maybe they are starting to feel jealous or insecure, or maybe just they recognize maybe there's somebody different that they want to bring up. You've outgrown the role, and others in your scenario are aware of it, and because of that, it's irreparably changed the dynamics of the relationship. Because these cups are broken, it doesn't mean like that they were broken in a bad way or that there's bad feelings or bad blood between you and anyone else, but it does mean that the relationship is changed in a fundamental way, in a way that can't go back, right, to the past. So as your guidance, the Three of Swords is telling me that, to be grateful that you dodged a bullet, to be grateful that you did not stay so long in a place where you were unhappy or where you were too big for your container, if you will, that you engaged in this sort of like backstabbing or lying or betrayal energy, or you allowed it to happen to you because of dynamics happening. It's like you've recognized that you're ready to grow and that you've reached your potential where you are, and it's time to move on. And then we have this beautiful moon card that echoes that sentiment, telling us we are just past the new moon. We're coming into the full moon later in the month, and we have these two, the moon is your intuition, the little voice inside of you that's telling you it's time to move on, it's time to make these changes. And we've got these two beautiful redwoods sort of framing the moon. 2 is a number of choice, and these redwoods represent adversity. They represent triumph through adversity. Redwoods actually have to go through fire in order to set seed, right? So they can clone themselves, they can grow mini thems, they can withstand all sorts of conditions, but in order to actually set seed and create a brand new, full of potential genetic material, right, they have to literally go through fire so that their cones can open up. So it's telling me that you have this choice. You've listened to your intuition, and it's brought you to this place where you had a choice to either stay small or expand. And it does feel like you're going through the fire, but this fire, like the phoenix, is necessary for you to grow to the next level, for you to embrace your potential. And this is just a beautiful, beautiful confirmation of all of this that's happening. And I want to also point out, with the beginning of this 8 portal, you guys, we have the 3, the Empress, we have the World, the 21 card, and then we have the Moon. These are all major arcanas. These are all major life-changing energies. These are archetypes that are coming in because you're ready to start a new expansive cycle. And it's incredibly beautiful. Hi, everyone. I wanted to end the reading with an animal oracle for you for the beginning of this 8 portal. And the card that we got was elk. Again, you see the prominent red, yellow, and orange colors representing the base chakra. I have everything I need. The sacral chakra, I create what I want. Life flows through me. And the yellow, which is the willpower. I am that I am. So I'm going to read the card here. It says, elk, stable, resilient, headstrong, the father. So taking charge of your own direction. And the card the book reads, the great elk represents the earth element in its masculine form. This means it provides underlying support and stability amidst life's many changes. An elk personality, whether male or female, is fully established in themselves and knows their core values. They become known and respected for acting in ways that uphold those values. Sometimes the elk's ego can become inflated, but for the most part, they make damn good fathers, mothers, lovers, and friends. The world needs more elk energy. When in balance, supportive, kind, and consistent. So this is that energy where when you are going through change, it's very easy to become destabilized and to try to mold yourself and your personality and your attributes to be what you think others want of you. And what this guidance card is telling you is that you have all the answers within. You are the one that is in charge of your destiny. And by standing firm in that energy, you will not only, attract what you want and be the stability for the rest of your life to build around, but you'll get admiration and recognition from other people as well. Okay? So I love you guys. If you guys like this reading, please do like, share, subscribe. Please check out my website if you're interested in doing a reading. Like I said, I'm doing personal readings, healings for $44. That is linked down below. You can also find me on all the other socials, and I will be putting out a special reading every month for everybody, and then I do readings and information and stuff on TikTok and all the other platforms. So I love you guys, and have a great rest of your July into this Lionsgate energy.